Well, 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 if it isn't Donald Acker. It's been too long, friend. How are you doing? Well, not very good, I suppose, since you just now woke up in this small, cramped room, with no explanation about how you got here, and no memory how you could have possibly managed to end up in my humble abode. I gotta say, I couldn't have chosen a better time to give you a little friendly visit, with you napping and such. It's a lot easier and quicker than forcibly knocking you out, so you have to give credit where credit is due. You might be asking, what's going on? How did I end up here? And other similar questions. I'll save you the trouble and just tell you that backstabbing your good old friend from long ago wasn't the best idea, was it? Alright, listen up. You may have noticed on the camera system already there are multiple animatronics on the floor, some that may seem familiar once it's into your house. Well, that's because these are early ideas I had for the robots before realizing they might be a bit too freaky for a kid-friendly restaurant. I'm sure Aiden would have been scared out of his mind, but wasn't exactly making a horror attraction here. But now, I think they have a quick, useful purpose. They sure do seem attracted to your office. You already know what happened last time you were in a scenario like this, so I'm sure you already know that you need to stay alert. To lure them away, what you must do is very simple. Use the camera flashlight I've given you access to. Those metal bolts are easily attracted to those lights. Unfortunately, you may notice somewhat during the night, this is a rather inefficient way, as it could take them a bit of time to take the bait. And on later nights, having multiple of them roaming around won't help. Luckily for you, there is a small door system I've set up specifically for this little game of ours to trap the characters into rooms so they can't get closer to you. Do this to focus on a number that may be a bit too near your office. Don't leave the door closed for too long, however. Otherwise they'll get impatient and break the door, making it unable to function properly. That would be too good for you now, would it? Not only would it impact your survival chances, but it would require me to fix the door in the morning. I'd rather not waste my time. Oh, and don't think you can just leave the flashlight on one room. That flashlight uses up power, after all. And who knows? Maybe something else will come along soon. Well, I think that might be the gist of it. I'll leave you to test around with a giant robot acorn in Cam 2, and hopefully you can think more clearly about what you've done. Night. Well done, Donald. You got through the first night and get to live another. Hopefully the rest you've had last night, or should I say morning, wasn't all that troublesome to you. Just remember that I have eyes watching, so don't try to make any smart moves, capiche? Besides, you shouldn't be attempting to escape during your little breaks. You need all the rest you need for these activities, if that's what you like to call them. Besides that, hopefully your little guest visit here hasn't led you to forget about your big grand opening in 5 days. That begs the question, if something happens to you, just what will happen to the place? How will the public react to Nutty's Nacho's grand opening taking a turn for the worst? Just imagine all the devastated kids, horrified that their new worthy successor, Freddy Fazbear's, was suddenly stripped away from them. All their birthday plans, all their excitement, wasted. Tragic thought, isn't it? Makes your scenario all the more tense. Well, all of it depends on if you manage to stay here without anything unfortunate happening to you. Now, you may have noticed, looking around the place, that giant acorn isn't the only character here that's a threat to your survival. If you look at Cam 5, you can see the secondary character, Harry Hat, I believe you named him. He has the same programming as the acorn, only faster, meaning you should probably keep a close eye on him as well. Hopefully he can multitask quite well, because those skills could determine your fate here. Just remember that if you need to focus on one robot, you can always just use the doors. Just not for too long. That's all I've got to say for this tip. Night night.